directly warning their people that the orange man is identical to Hitler. Did you hear what I said? I have a lot of American followers, so I feel like I have a duty to say this, especially considering that I'm finding out that you guys are literally getting so unbelievably censored on your version of TikTok. What transpired on your stage is not being taken lightly over here in Europe. I'm just letting you guys know that now.
For those of you saying it wasn't a schmaltzy salute, but a Roman salute, okay then, you do it. Do it. But this is how you should do it. Change your username from JohnX77 to your real legal name. Put a true image of your face as your profile picture, not a motorbike. Record yourself doing the Roman salute. Then send it to your employer and see what she says. But she should know the difference between a Roman salute and a schmaltzy salute, right? Do it then. Do it. And then say to her, I'm sending my heart out to you. See what happens. See what happens. Do it.
I just want to say thank you for making it happen. Thank you.
Yeah! No.
Lots of people were shocked to see Elon Musk do a hand gesture that looked a lot like a Nazi salute at Trump's inauguration. Let's see what people here in Germany think of it.
No,
I'm just freezing. I can't believe that that's really happening. I can't imagine what it's gonna be like the next 4 years if this is just the beginning.
if he would be doing this in Germany, he would be arrested on the spot. I know some people might come with the excuse that he is autistic, and as someone who is autistic myself, this is not an excuse. I would never do this gesture.
We had this and we don't need this, and now we have to do some things that this won't escalate.
I don't really follow up on the internal things that's going on in the US, but let me say it like this, I'm not surprised.
America, really? You don't want that. Germany had it. Don't need to be repeated.
Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. In case you're new here, my name is Maren and I'm Maureen. So in today's episode, I'm sure most of you have seen the inauguration and the hand gesture that Elon Musk made during the inauguration. Right, his actions have caused a lot of stir in the internet because a lot of people came out accusing him of having performed the schmazzy hand gesture, the schmazzy salute, but I don't want to say it, you can work it out for yourself, right? Right, and others came to his defense and they said that he didn't do the schmazzy German salute. Instead, they said he was doing a Roman salute. Right. And this was my first time hearing of the Roman salute, because everybody knows what a schmazzy salute is, right? So we went on to Google and we asked Google, what is a Roman salute, because we wanted to understand better. And there's such a thing as a Roman salute. And this is what Google says. In comments to hyperlogic ancient military and film historian Gregory S. Aldrete, I hope I said that correctly, explained that although ancient Romans did perform various gestures involving raising the arm, especially oratorical gestures when speaking, the so-called Roman salute was fabricated much later by visual artists and filmmakers. Yeah, this we took to interpret our own interpretation as the Roman salute. The film industry interpreted it in their own imagination, how they imagined it to be. Right. That being said, we've prepared today's episode around German speakers and a couple of Europeans who are trying to analyze what this salute meant. Right, and be sure they gave their opinion, and I want to encourage you to form your own as well, because this is one of those episodes that we are compelled to tell you to form your own opinions, you know, because at the end of the day, it's usually said you can speak one thing but your gestures can mean another, can tell another thing. Yeah, so our biggest question today is, did his gesture betray what he meant, or did he mean what his gestures? You get what I'm saying? Yeah, guys. Yeah. Remember to subscribe if it's your first time here. Also, let us know in the comment section what is your opinion about this. Let's watch and come back. Remember to be respectful, please, guys, so that YouTube does not delete that thing to you. Yeah, so let's watch.
In 2019, an AfD party leader was accused of making a Nazi salute in German parliament. And here is the action. German law prohibits Nazi symbols and gestures. And while this was not enough to prosecute under German law, it did cause social outcry. That was enough. Yesterday in the United States, this is what we witnessed on a national stage. In the United States, there is no equivalent legal framework to hold public figures accountable for actions like this. His actions send a signal. They embolden far-right groups and avoid accountability, also emboldening the same party who was accused of the same thing in Germany. Like most visual symbols and propaganda, it is quiet enough to ignore, but loud enough to inspire. Recently, a German ambassador to the United States released a report. It warned that Trump's administration would undermine the current system of checks and balances, that power would be given to the presidency instead of the states or Congress, and there would be further diminished independence of the legislative branch, the police, and the media. From the German perspective, there is no question. Rising authoritarianism is something to be taken seriously, whether it happens in the form of a salute or in a confidential report talking about the waning democratic principles in the United States.
I'm sorry for the way to look. I literally just brought my kid to the daycare and came home. But on the way back, I saw what Elon did. And as a verified, certified German, I can tell you that this was not a Roman salute. First of all, 99% of you guys didn't even know that a Roman salute existed before all of this was happening. You're literally just copying what everyone else says to cover for Elon. And my question is, why are you trying so hard to cover for him? Why is it, why can't you just accept that he did something wrong? Is it because you would then have to self-reflect and be like, hey, I voted for this, so it's kind of my fault. This is now getting normalized. Is it that? I personally think it's that. But also, this is not the first time Elon stole something from the literal schmazzies. Like, remember the font on his dark goth MAGA hats? That was stolen from the schmazzies too. And you also defended that. It's kind of weird that it happened twice. Like, you know.
Well, boy, didn't I kick the hornet's nest in my first video talking about this. I got a lot of comments from people talking about how the left is reaching. And also, those same sort of people were saying, well, you didn't say anything when Obama, Hillary, Bush, or Kamala Harris did it. Well, let's check that out, shall we? Of those people that commented, I asked them for proof, and I would happily make a video of it and tag them in it. Well, and no one's actually provided me video proof. So far, this is the only proof that I've got, right? And this is the same sort of thing that's been posted across on Reddit and X, of people using this image right here, claiming that the left is being hypocritical for blaming Musk for the gesture he made. Also got blamed for not showing the full context in my original video. So let's have a look at the context of all of it, shall we? Let's start with everyone's favourite, Hillary. Now, granted, I couldn't find the exact clip of where the picture was from that post, but there she is doing the gesture again. So clearly Hillary's just doing a wave. She does that all the time. But did you notice at the end of that clip how she offered her heart to people? Let's jump to the other side of the aisle with this man, George W. Now again, difficult with him because they make a lot of speeches and I can't find this exact moment on the internet. But I mean, come on, look at his goofy little face there. He's just smiling and waving at people. And I found that photo on this thread where even the people on there are talking about how people involved in publishing media need to be sensitive of the possibilities of misinterpretation. So people in politics and in the public eye should definitely be also aware of the misrepresentation that can occur if they stick their arm straight out in a gesture like that. Then of course they have this image of Kamala.
For Roe v. Wade was enacted because we're not going back. We're not going back.
Now again, I couldn't find the full clip in like the wide angle, but here's a gif of that exact moment where you can clearly see what she's talking about and she's pointing her fingers saying we're not going back. And the last one they claim is Obama over here. Again, this dude makes so many speeches, but I think I've found the one. I'm pretty sure that's from his final speech that he gave as president. I mean, he's wearing the same suit and tie and like the same sort of flags in the background. But again, dude makes so many speeches. Give me the exact speech and the time code and I'll go find where he made this gesture. But you can see in that video, he's doing that same awkward wave that Hillary was doing in her video. And in other threads, I have seen people talking about that in this particular clip and in this instance, he was telling the crowd to quieten down. And to be honest, I've always found it quite odd that politicians would even attempt to wave like this because, well, when you get caught out in a still frame, it doesn't look great, does it? And when we're talking context, for those that complained about me not giving the full context, here it is.
Some elections are, important, some are not, but this one, this one really mattered. And I just want to say thank you for making it happen. Thank you. My heart goes out to you.
So yeah, context does matter. And in the context of all those other people that I just shown, they're not throwing their arm out. They're waving, gesturing, not making that movement in the way that Elon did. And there are hundreds of ways to say my heart goes out to you. It goes out to you. Not this way. And let's give Elon the absolute benefit of the doubt and just say that his intentions were absolutely just to throw his heart out to the crowd. Okay, fine. But even in the proof that I was sent, it says right below the image that the whitest organisations and far-right social platforms have all posted messages praising Musk, saying that regardless of whether they were mistakes, these gestures satisfied them. Rolling Stone has even reported on this with this quote here, saying incredible things are happening already, showing that these type of groups are supporting of it. And here's another 3 instances of far-right groups also supporting it. So yeah, context does matter, intent does matter, and the interpretations do matter. But for all the examples that have been shown to me and that I can find that the left is apparently ignoring, I've yet to find a single example of any one of those people throwing their arm out as vigorously as that.
I think anybody with a child on the spectrum can tell that Elon is somewhere on there. It's not meant to be offensive. The man is brilliant. He literally said, "My heart goes out to you." Now, granted, I'm not Elon's biggest fan. I'm really not. However, I have a son that's on the spectrum, and his movements and projections are a lot more bold than most people. He said, "My heart goes out to you," and went like that. He's just a different human. And again, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But that's just the vibe that I got from it. And he literally said that along with it. So I don't know. I think he's just the friend you can't take anywhere and without something happening and getting him in trouble.
There was no such thing as a Roman salute. There is absolutely no historical evidence, no ancient Roman statues, no ancient Roman literature, no historian that will tell you there was ever such a thing as a Roman salute. The myth of the Roman salute only began quite recently in history, and it came about by, shock, fascist ideology that tried to use antiquity incorrectly to justify its hateful behavior. The gesture essentially originates from a painting at the end of the 18th century. The painter interprets the story of 3 brothers who are going off to war, sacrificing their life for Rome and outstretching their arms to their father to receive their swords. And I can't believe I have to say this, but this is a painting from the 1700s, not a picture from ancient Rome. The time this painting was created is also really important because it was painted in the lead up to the French Revolution. It was commissioned by the government of King Louis XVI to promote civic duty in the face of the masses rising up against the aristocracy. The painting is a depiction of being patriotic and likely inspired the Bellamy salute, which originated in the United States in 1892. Children would outstretch their hands towards a flag, that's important, and pledge their allegiance to their country. But very soon after, this gesture was co-opted by Italian fascists, and then soon after that, German fascists. They essentially took this newly imagined gesture of patriotic allegiance and used it for their cause. And so we gained the historical inaccuracy that this was a salute practiced in ancient Rome and not actually something that originated quite recently in history. So whenever someone makes a comment saying this was a Roman salute, it's really a comment on this person's inability to even do a basic Google search, which would be absolutely hilarious if the ideology behind it wasn't so terrifying. Now, the Bellamy salute practiced in United States schools stopped in 1942. Why? Because the Americans joined the war and saw what was happening with this gesture. And if people less than 100 years ago could understand that, my gosh, I bet some of the most intelligent men in the world could too. Now, if we could just put aside, research and evidence for a second and pretend that this salute really did exist in ancient Rome. There is no reason to accidentally do something that humans did 2,000 years ago. Even historians who immerse themselves in the time period that they're studying don't accidentally say a word or do a gesture that existed in their time period. Even if this salute had existed in ancient Rome, we know the context has changed around it. Just like how many Hindu and Buddhist practitioners today choose not to use the ancient symbol of the swastika because it has sadly become reappropriated and has different interpretations to people today. It's literally just basic common sense, but who knows? Maybe he was just feeling emotional. A recent video by Dr. Jean Menges, who you should go check out, reminded me of this work called Not All Dead White Men. It was written by Donna Zuckerberg, who, very topically, is Mark Zuckerberg's sister, and it essentially opens up a discussion about how stories from antiquity are constantly appropriated by the alt-right pipeline inaccurately for their own beliefs and purposes. None of which are rooted in historical evidence or fact.
Alright, let's just be clear on one thing here. The fact that prominent Zionist organizations have come out and have publicly defended Elon Musk's salute today is literally the least surprising thing of all time, because Zionism is not Judaism. The Anti-Defamation League, who fight so righteously against anti-Semitism, wrote it off as simply an awkward gesture in a moment of enthusiasm. Well, he was enthusiastic about it, and not the salute that you thought it was. If that level of gaslighting from the ADL doesn't tell you for sure that they don't give a fuck about Jewish people and about anti-Semitism, I'm not really sure what will. But arguably, even more ridiculous than that tweet from the ADL was this retweet from the Australian Jewish Association trying to assert that Elon Musk could not possibly be a because he stands with Israel, because he's a Zionist. Like, yeah, fuckwits, that's the point. He is a Zionist, right? He does stand with Israel, but he's still a saluting anti-Semite, because Zionism and Judaism are not the same thing. Zionists do not give a fuck about anti-Semitism. They do not give a fuck about the safety of the Jewish people. They only care about their own fucking supremacy and subjugating and oppressing Palestinians. Motherfuckers are out here defending that salute. Fuck me.
Also, ich fand die Rede gar nicht so schlecht.
I can't believe I'm filming this, but it seems like it's necessary. Elon Musk just did the Nazi salute on the inauguration day of Donald Trump. Like, I am Austrian. It is illegal to do the Nazi salute in Austria, even same as in Germany. Anyone that doubts what this gesture had to mean, there is no doubt. It was the Nazi salute. You want to try it in Austria? You want to try it in Germany? You will get arrested in a heartbeat. And then there are people defending this. Like, how can you open a history book? Like, I mean, I got educated in that sense, but it seems like a lot of people are clueless. You can have a right opinion. Like, without right, there is no left. That is just total part of a democracy, but things can't go into an extreme. And if we have the richest person on earth doing a Nazi salute and people are defending it, like, this is major concerning. And I don't understand why people are just putting a blindfold on and ignoring these things. Like, oh no, there was a Roman whatever, it's just a Nazi salute. Like, can we face reality? And it's okay, maybe you voted for him, not Musk, Trump, But that doesn't mean you have to align with everything that's going on. Like I said, must be left, there must be right, otherwise there is no democracy. But everything that develops in a far and extreme direction is super, super dangerous. And my grandparents, they warned me. They warned the whole generation that history can't repeat itself again. That there are warning signs, and those warning signs are happening in front of our very eyes, everywhere, online, on social media, and people are just ignoring it. We can't target minorities. They are not the problem. The problem are the majority of people. I'm really mind blown, and it seems like I will do more videos now because I can't just watch television or whatever on my couch while I have the feeling that society is burning and they're not even realizing it. So here I am. Nice. Never thought that it would be my reason to do something public on TikTok, but I really feel people have to speak about this. People have to have a conversation. We can't just sit back, do our nails, have some glam and, wow. Good night.
Whenever anyone explains anything to me, and they ask if I understand, I always say yes, but I never understand.
Really?
You've never understood anything? Nope. Never. Never have, never will. People think I do because, when they're talking, I just go, uh-huh.
Oh, you're experts in Roman history now, but you don't know what a tariff is? Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. The Roman salute. Literally no one calls it that. And we don't do that here in America, especially in the year 2025. The Roman salute. I had you guys tagging me in clips from The Gladiator. Multiple tags for the movie Gladiator. I need you all to understand that that is not a reputable MLA citation right there. That will not work in school. So call it the Roman salute, call it patty cake, whatever you want. You're not going to be doing that action in public. You won't do it. Okay, that was my point, because you know what it looks like and you know what it means. Also, when did we all start infantilizing Elon Musk? I thought he was supposed to be like this badass powerhouse genius businessman. But yesterday, he's just this silly little neurodivergent kid who got overstimulated on stage, and that's why he did what he did. You guys are actually going to weaponize the spectrum on us and call us ableist after you spent 4 years bullying Biden for having a stutter? And you're going to flip it on us? Absolutely not. The menu items of excuses that I received from you guys is absolutely astounding. But let's also talk about the fact that the people who wear the hoods really liked what he did. They really liked it. And they posted their videos and they sent me the messages saying that they like it and they don't care. And this is what we've been telling you guys. Address those people in your party and maybe we'll take you seriously. But until then, this is just nonsense. It's absolute nonsense.
So guys, welcome back. Let us know what you think about the videos you just played here. According to our research, you can believe, because it led us both ways. We understood the reasoning of the speakers who are talking about, who interpreted it as a smaji salute, and we also understood the explanations of those who thought it was a Roman salute. But now the thing is, this Roman salute never existed, but people interpret it as people have seen movies and hence they know that is what it is. Those who think it is a Roman salute, that is where they are stemming it from. So I think today's most important question is, just as the speakers have said, what was the context of the video that was taken and posted, right? And what was the intention behind the actions that Musk did, Elon Musk did. And the third and most important question is, what did he think his action would be interpreted as? I don't think when you're doing actions, I don't think you normally think about the consequences or interpretation of others, because it's a span of the moment unless it's something planned, Although, if you are a public figure, you have a responsibility to anticipate every action you're going to make during a public speech.
Because you're gonna be analyzed.
Yeah, you're gonna be analyzed. Politicians know this. That's why in Germany and other European countries, it is illegal to do any kind of gesture that eludes you are doing a schmazzy gesture, you know. So politicians in America, I don't know if this, they also operate with this rule.
No, they don't have it.
Oh, yeah, they don't have it, I know, but I'm saying now, because they know they're being scrutinized by the media, I know there's some certain responsibility in terms of when they're making speech that they're being given before they make a speech. They're being told, like, for example, the color you wear when you're making a public speech, it is important. So those kinds of things, I know politicians are usually given the drill. So I don't know, Elon Musk, he's not a politician. This is his first time being heavily,
but he was
involved
in a political event, so
that's why I'm saying this is like all these incidences. This is his first time being heavily involved with politics like this. So I don't know, because you know, also actions like this can betray your true intention,
right?
Yeah. And this is why I'm saying, even if we don't know what to think right now, because all of us really weren't in Elon Musk's head to know what he meant when he did that gesture and said another thing, you know. I think this is a matter of only time will tell if he truly, if it was a schnazzy salute or if it was a Roman salute
correctly or wrongly misinterpreted his actions. Yeah. Another thing also, that there's a lady who was speaking about having child who's, you know,
on the spectrum,
right? And if Elon Musk is such a case, you know, I think like she was in a better place to speak
understand.
To speak for and to talk about the action of such people and how they act or behave, you know. I think she provided insight into the kind of, you know, because that gesture was quite forceful. It was quite strong, you know. But I feel like she provided a good insight, and that one I wouldn't comment much further because I've never interacted or I've never had a relationship with a family member or anybody who suffers from such a condition.
On the spectrum, so we really don't know how they act. And then another thing, so for those who have with conviction believed that he did it because he was signaling the schnazzy gesture. Also, I think it will only take time if they be proven right or wrong, because right now the allegation is out there and Musk and his team know as much. If their true intention is geared towards that, you know, the schnazzy gesture, I think
people
it will show with
coming.
time. Yeah, signs usually start to betray a person. People will see it with time.
And you know, the ones who are making defensive arguments about the left-wingers doing the same gestures, Obama, Hillary Clinton, and what's her name, Kamala Harris. I feel like
people didn't feel threatened because, number one, from what I've observed
from the
Hillary's hand stayed on her chest for a long time. And then when she did that, you know, it kept coming back to the heart, and it wasn't in a forceful way, like, we have a movement.
Right. And then I thought I saw a place where she did that.
She waved a little bit,
pointing,
waving
and
and pointing. But this was just a straight...
Okay, they get, we don't you know. Yeah. Anyway, guys, let us know what you think about this video in the comment section, right? We'd like to hear your opinions on this matter. But personally, for now, I would encourage people to not panic, because I don't think right now that it's a threat. But
right now there are no signs, but have your eyeballs open so that any sign you can start taking necessary actions to defend yourselves.
Right, guys, let's catch you on our next episode. Thank you so much for joining us. Consider subscribing if it's your first time here,
and please remember to be respectful. We don't want to lose any of you through the comments section.